Hi, hello. So in the previous videos we saw that how to pass parameters to our view component. And so we can interact with them, passing them data, telling them what picture we wanted to display, those kind of things. But what about we want data back from our view component? So other view components or BMC object from Iteration Suite could use them. So we are going to see how you can do that through this example. So this example is pretty easy. We are going to use priority and VAT calculators. So I'm going to focus on the price. The urgency and the impact is, I will go through it, but this one is more talkative. So let's say I enter a price of 50. You can see here that I have a price with VAT. Okay, I'm sorry. Price with VAT. So I have a price for 50, and when I apply a VAT of 20%, my price jumps to 60. So what happens is that I'm passing to my custom view component here the price and the VAT. My view component, because it's a very difficult calculation, is going to do the calculation and say, well, the result is 60. And I'm going to get the data inside the record editor back. So if we are looking at what happens during design, so we have our record editor where we have our price, VAT, and the price with VAT. And on the right I've got my custom view component with two input parameters, price and VAT. So price being this field and VAT is this field. But this one, as you can see, is mapped to a value price with VAT. So where does it come from? So it comes from the price calculator, which is the name of my view component. And my view component has an output parameter, price with VAT. So it's getting the value from my output parameter from my view component. And it does it on the fly. So if I change the price, it will update the price with VAT. So how is it working? So you can find this example under the sample library and the price calculator. So once again, we declare a module, which is pretty simple. We don't have a lot of dependency because we're not getting data from a record instance. So here we create a module. We declare it in bxmodule.js. Here and under xmodule.js. So once you declare it, we have in config.js, this time it's interesting. So we have two input parameters, price and VAT. But as you can see, we have another one. We have a parameter price with VAT. The difference is the first two are input parameters because they have isConfig true. But this one is an output parameter, so you don't see it here. You don't see it here because isConfig is set to false. But isProperty is set to true. IsProperty set to true means it's an output parameter, meaning that all other view components will be able to access it under price calculator. So here you don't see price and VAT, you only see the output parameter. So that's the difference. So like always, we have on our design directive, we have what is displayed during design time, so in View Designer. So still here pretty simple, we just display the text. And at runtime, we just display the price, VAT, price with VAT. Price, VAT, price with VAT. So in our directives that contains the logic, so we can find our input parameters that are inside Eric's configuration properties by name. So we find our price and VAT. So we do the calculation. And what is very interesting here is we have to tell the view components that are mapped, that are using our output parameters, that the value has changed. So how do we do that? So we are using, in this case, a object Rx view component event manager. So we initialize it like this. And when we want to broadcast that that one value has changed, we use property changed. So property change use property, which is the name of the output parameter, price with VAT. We give the old value and the new value. Actually, the old value you can put null if you want, or you can put the old value if you know it. So once you call the event manager property changed, it will broadcast that the value has been modified, and the other view components are going to be notified that the value has changed, so they have to display it again. So that's why, for example, when I change the price again, the output parameter value will be modified. I will notify all of our view components automatically that subscribe to this parameter, and they will just display its value. So here we have also a little difference, but this one is more AngularJS. So I want to calculate the price when I change either the price or the VAT, so I do a watch group, which is, standard AngularJS code. So that's the difference. The difference is Rx view component event manager, which is used to broadcast an event. We are going to use this object later also for another purpose when we want to refresh our view component, but that's for another video.